What's up, everybody? It's 2019, back with another part of my top 100 wrestlers series. It's going to be a 10-part series. I didn't do any of these in December because I wanted a break, like a 2-week break of doing videos. I just posted a lot of old school video game uploads, and I will continue to play old school games and upload them. So, anyways, this is part 5. Part 5 of my top 100 wrestlers. So here we go. Number 59. This part 5 will be 59 down to 49. Number 59, John Cena. I was mostly a fan of his in 03-04, part of 05. But Cena is not the best wrestler, but you gotta take into consideration his promo skills, his talking ability, his charisma. The guy's super over, and the guy also gets really booed a lot. For years and years, there's been "Let's go Cena," "Cena sucks" chants. A guy, no matter what, gets a reaction. John Cena definitely will be a WWE Hall of Famer. He's had a storied career. For my liking, he's been champion, world champion way too many times. If I was running things, I wouldn't have made him over a 10-time champion. The guy's a 16-time world champion. That's ridiculous. Also, WWE likes to tell us, mostly Michael Cole, that John Cena is the greatest of all time. No, he's not. He's not the greatest superstar of all time. He's not. Sorry. Macho Man's had a better run in WWF, in my opinion. Ric Flair had a better run. Hulk Hogan had a better run. Many had better runs. The Undertaker had a better run than John Cena. But still, Cena's not the best wrestler. I'm not saying that. This top 100 wrestlers is based on their persona, their promo ability, their look, and if they're super over or if they're super hated. So number 59, John Cena. Just remember, when he started, 03-04, late 2002, the guy was a damn good heel. He can be a damn good heel, and he was a good babyface for way too long. And also, as I said, he won the world titles way too many times for my liking. Number 58. Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate, first ever WWE United Kingdom champion. Number 58, Tyler Bate. The guy's an amazing talent. Hell of a wrestler. Hell of a worker. He doesn't talk much, but who cares? He doesn't need to talk because he's such a damn good wrestler. Tyler Bate, number 58. Hopefully, Tyler Bate and his tag team partner win the UK tag team titles at the first TakeOver UK tomorrow. Number 57. This guy was damn good when he was not messed up on alcohol or drugs. Mostly in the WWF, I would say he had his best run of his career. He was damn good in the NWO also. He made his WCW debut on a May 96 edition. I don't have the date, but it was May 1996. Made his Nitro debut. Shocked the wrestling world. That was pretty damn shocking. And of course, he had a great promo. Did a great promo. Said, "I didn't come alone." Stuff like that. And telling WCW, "You want a war? You want a war, you got one." So, number 57, Scott Hall, also known as Razor Ramon, also known as the Diamond Stud, also known as Big Scott Hall in the AWA. Also, I didn't even know this, or I forgot this. Scott Hall was a part of a tag team. I forget their name, but was part of a tag team with Dan Spivey on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling in 1984. He was actually a part of Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. So, again, Scott Hall, his best run was Razor Ramon. He was so good at playing that character. He's the first ever 4-time Intercontinental Champion. I believe he was the first ever 4-time Intercontinental Champ. Then he went back to WCW, started the NWO. It was too sweet. It was for life. It was awesome. But I'd say around 98, Scott Hall started having a lot of problems with addiction, and it was not good. He had to go away for a while, came back. He's not really the same performer. Number 57, Scott Hall, the bad guy. You could also call him Razor Ramon, Big Scott Hall, Gator Scott Hall. Guy had a lot of names. Number 56, Jake the Snake Roberts. Also, a guy that could have been a world champion, probably should have been. At least he should have been Intercontinental Champion. I believe Jake the Snake was actually a Smoky Mountain Wrestling World Champion, but that did not last long. Jake the Snake, like Scott Hall, the guy had a lot of addiction issues and problems. But the guy's clean now. He's sober. And I'm really happy for Scott Hall and Jake the Snake. Thank God they survived and lived. Because no, I don't want to see no more wrestlers pass away. And it's a miracle that Scott Hall and Jake the Snake are alive. It's a damn miracle. Because they abuse their bodies with alcohol and drugs. I hope they stay clean and sober for the rest of their lives and that they get to live happy, healthy lives. Jake the Snake, number 56, a guy was so good. Psychology in the ring, he was so good at telling a story. He was so good at promos. He never had to raise his voice in promos. And a lot of guys had to yell and scream and shout in promos. Not Jake the Snake. The guy was a master at cutting a promo. He didn't need a damn script. When he cut his promos, he didn't have a script. He just did it off the top of his head because he was that good. And I'm totally against wrestlers getting scripted promos. I'm totally not for that. Number 56, Jake the Snake Roberts. The guy was good in Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. He was good in WCCW. He was good in Mid-South Wrestling. He was good in WWF. He was really good in WWF in the 80s and early 90s. I even enjoyed him in WCW in 92. But that didn't last long at all. So he was even good when he came back in 96. He was still over. So number 56, Jake the Snake Roberts. Number 55, the man they call Sting. Number 55, Sting. Sting could have been in my top 10. But I don't know why I didn't put him there. I'd put other guys there. Sting was not the best at promos, but the guy was a damn good wrestler, damn good worker, had good matches with Cactus Jack, Vader, Ric Flair. A lot of guys. Rick Rude. Sting had so many great feuds and matches. The guy's a 6-time WCW champion. The guy might be like a 7-time or 5-time TNA champion. Impact Wrestling champion, I'm not sure, but I know he won their world title a lot. Sting, the guy had a good run in Mid-South, UWF, NWA, had a great run. I would say WCW was the best run of his career. He was had the flat top, Sting with different face paint. The guy was super, super over. He was the guy. He was a franchise of WCW, in my opinion, for well over 10 years. And then he created the Crow gimmick, or Scott Hall actually created the Crow gimmick and told Sting you should do that. Did you ever see the movie The Crow? Scott Hall said you should watch it and start doing that. So Sting played that Crow character just perfectly. It was epic. The guys up in the stands would come down to the ring, attack wrestlers, attack the NWO. It was epic. Sting and Goldberg were probably the most over guys in WCW during the Monday Night Wars. And when Sting was a Crow character, WCW was on top. For a long time, they were the #1 company. So then Sting went to TNA, had a very good run in TNA, had really good matches with Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Bully Ray. I thought, even though Sting was late 40s, early 50s, into his 50s, I thought he had a great run in TNA Impact Wrestling. I think he was there about 11 years. 8 years, 9 years, something like that. And then Sting went to the WWE. Some of these guys on this part 5 I will talk about longer than others. And Sting, Sting's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So I'm going to talk about him longer. Don't get me wrong. I was very happy, very excited that Sting was coming to WWE and that he signed. I was really happy. When he debuted at Survivor Series, that was awesome. What he did. How they booked him, that was great. But then it went downhill. Not Sting's fault. He was still a damn good performer. He could still go. He still had it. Probably still has it today. I don't think he'll ever come back, but he probably could still put on 2 or 3 good matches a year. I don't know how old he is. I think Sting might be 58, 59. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But that was just disappointing and did not need to happen. To have Sting lose at his first and only WrestleMania match. He shouldn't have lost. Fuck you, Vince, for having Sting lose just so your ego could get stroked. That WWF, WWE finally buried WCW for good. Give me a break. You already buried them in 2001. Why'd you gotta bury Sting at his only WrestleMania? That was damn disappointing and should have never happened. I believe like 99.9% of fans would say Sting should have won at WrestleMania 31. And he should have. And if you don't think so, you're dead wrong. And you're an idiot. So Sting the guy had a storied career. Starting with Mid-South. Starting with Memphis. Then went to Mid-South Wrestling. Then was in UWF. Which UWF was Mid-South. Then he went to the NWA. And Ric Flair was smart enough And Dusty Rhodes was smart enough in the NWA. They knew Sting was the future star of the company, and they put him over. Dusty Rhodes teamed with him. And Ric Flair put him over, of course. Eventually, Ric Flair dropped the title to Sting at Great American Bash 1990. Still, that match holds up. Still a great match and a great moment in wrestling. So 55 Sting. One of the all-time greats. I was happy to see Sting got in the Hall of Fame after sadly got injured by Seth Rollins. It was an accident, people. Accidents can happen in wrestling. There's no way Seth Rollins meant to do that. Number 54, Cactus Jack. You could also say Mick Foley, Mankind, Dude Love. 54, Cactus Jack. And I say Cactus Jack because he did great things in WCW and ECW. Cactus Jack even had a short run, couple matches in WWE and WWF. Number 54, Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, whatever you want to call him, Mankind. I don't think I respect any other wrestler more than I respect Mick Foley. What that guy has done to his body. The Hell in a Cell match, what that guy's done for wrestling and just giving his body to the fans to entertain them. Thank you, Foley. Foley is God. 54, Cactus Jack. Also, you can't forget about when he was in Japan. His violent, hardcore matches, barbed wire matches with Terry Funk in a company that was, I believe in Japan, it's called IWA, I think. It's either IWA or FMW. I think it's IWA. So Terry Funk and Mick Foley tore it up in Japan, had great hardcore matches, exploding ring matches, barbed wire matches. They were bloodbaths. And it was awesome. I enjoyed it. Number 53. 53 is Bayley. I'm a big fan of Bayley. Big supporter of Bayley. I love her to death. Great wrestler, great character. The main roster has dropped the ball with Bayley. She had one title reign. One title reign in almost 2 years. 2019 will be 2 years, I believe, since she's been on the main roster. Bayley was so great in NXT. Watch her stuff in NXT as the women's champion or going after the women's title. Bayley was money from, I believe, 2015, late 2014, 2015, 2016 in NXT. Bayley was the most over talent in NXT. Bayley had great matches with Charlotte, Sasha, Asuka. Great feuds with them. On the main roster, they've dropped the ball with Bayley. I feel bad for her. If they don't give Bayley, I'm dead serious. When I say this, I mean it. If they don't give Bayley a women's title reign again in 2019, or if she doesn't get a women's tag team title reign with Sasha, if she doesn't get that, if I was her, I would want to leave. If I was Bayley, I would want to leave in 2020. I would ask for my release. If I don't get pushed in a title reign, I would ask for my release, and I'd go to AEW. Bayley would get a great opportunity in AEW. She could go anywhere. She could go to Japan, Stardom. She could go to anywhere. She could go back to Shimmer. Bayley could go to Impact. Anybody, if Bayley decided to leave, anybody would want to sign Bayley because she is damn likable. Fans love her. fan supporter, I still support her, and I always will. I love Bayley. Number 53, Bayley. She had good matches in Shimmer. When I first saw her in Shimmer, she had damn good matches in NXT. And she's had some good matches also on the main roster. Number 52, the boss, Sasha Banks. Sasha was so great in NXT as a heel. And she's been good on the main roster. I believe she's had 4 women title reigns, I think, or 3. Anyways, Sasha, in the past year on the main roster, she hasn't really been used or booked well at all. But hopefully that changes in 2019. Sasha Banks, again, one of the best wrestlers I've seen. And one of the best heels. She was so good at being a heel, especially in NXT. Hopefully, if Sasha doesn't win the tag titles, a part of Raw, women tag titles, I would want to see Sasha Banks go to SmackDown in 2019. And Bayley go to SmackDown too. Number 51, Charlotte Flair. Oh yeah, 53, 52, 51 are 3 of the 4 horsewomen. So what? I'm a fan of all of them. And I don't know why I put them back to back to back, but I did. 51, Charlotte Flair. So good. Such a good athlete. Probably one of the best athletes in the WWE also. Especially in 2018, Charlotte Flair stepped it up and is becoming a better wrestler. Every single match she has, she's getting better. And that's scary to think about, but she gets better every match she has. And I see her and she looks better. She's only been wrestling 5-6 years. She looks like a veteran of 20 years. So 51, Charlotte, former NXT Women's Champ, had good matches with Natalya, Sasha, Bayley. On the main roster, Charlotte and Sasha tore it up. Charlotte and Becky have tore it up. Charlotte and Ronda tore it up. Charlotte and Asuka had good matches together. 51, Charlotte Flair. Number 50, The Game, Triple H. I was not a fan of him when he was a heel and when he was burying everybody from 2002 when he became World Heavyweight Champion in September. Bischoff brought the title back for Raw and gave it to Triple H. Or I guess he had to face Ric Flair, by the way, on that episode of Raw in September 2002. I believe that was from my hometown of Milwaukee. Whereas Flair, Triple H for the World Heavyweight title in September 2002. So after that, Triple H the guy buried and defeated Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner was in no shape to be a World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not saying that, but he got buried by Triple H. Triple H buried Kevin Nash. He buried Goldberg at SummerSlam 2003. Goldberg, I'm sorry, he should have won the Elimination Chamber. But they put it off a month, and he won the title at Unforgiven. And Triple H defeated Shawn Michaels many times in 2004. Yeah, he put over the murderer, Chris Benoit. He put him over, but so what? And he did put over Batista, but that was in 2005. So, anyways, I was not a fan of heel Triple H. I always liked him as a babyface a lot better. I don't dislike him now. I don't mind it that he wrestles 2-3 times a year. Doesn't bother me. The guy's still in great shape. But Triple H, the guy was a damn student of the game. The guy definitely is a student of wrestling and was a good wrestler. Triple H was a good wrestler, still is. The guy's a good wrestler. He's a good talker at promos. Not when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. When he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, when he came in '95, the guy barely got any opportunities. Never talked hardly at all. But he was Intercontinental Champion in '96 for the first time. Had the Intercontinental title a lot. Had the tag titles. Had the European. I don't know if he was European champion, but who cares? Who's that meowing? My cat over there meowing. Anyways, come here, Benny. He's not gonna come on camera. Anyways, what are you meowing about? Be quiet. Triple H, the guy's Grand Slam champions, a future Hall of Famer. I thank Triple H, and every fan should thank him for what he's done for NXT. The guy has done so well running NXT. It's crazy. He brought back the War Games. He's done so much for the women. Triple H got the women's division off the ground in NXT, pushed the women, let them have matches as long as the guys, let them go out there and just have awesome matches. Triple H in the NXT women and the women's division is the reason they got the opportunities they did on the main roster. Stephanie did not create the women's revolution. Vince McMahon did not. I'll tell you who did, in my opinion, Triple H. He pushed for the women to get the opportunities they have on the main roster today. I believe he supports all the women on the main roster. He really supports them and pushes for them to get good spots and have awesome matches. Number 50, Triple H. Number 49, the final wrestler of this part 5. Number 49, Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi. Out of this world good. One of a kind talent. The guy's so damn good. So damn good. Great wrestler, great high flyer. The guy's awesome. I first was aware of Kota Ibushi when I saw him in the Cruiserweight Classic. And I've seen a lot of his matches after that in New Japan Pro Wrestling. The guy's so damn good. I really hope AEW can sign Kota Ibushi and use him a lot, because I miss seeing that guy wrestle. I don't watch that much New Japan, so I really miss Kota Ibushi. That guy's fantastic. He's still fantastic. Number 49, Kota Ibushi. This ends my part 5. Part 5 of my top 100 wrestlers. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye for now.